a few days ago, and I say last week, and I Sakuba, and I say Obedi Hoover, and I say the Championship Mixtape album listening. Now we invite a lot of media people be able to pass you through. Emma money Sarkodie ebe interview. Now Jackie Ebai, a fear, and able to pion, more na e pass you through. Now I also pay any Sarkodie a interview. Now I also pay a release Sarkodie interview. No, uko YouTuber edaho. By be breaking it down. Topic sa I also pay a push you. Sarkodie. Na adesope eputu one question edema Sarkodie say eye idea be na wunyan e ma ne koye rapaholic exhibition no na Sarkodie etrima ono to ono Sarkodie na say to ono Michael Uswado no ope no ma waye twem ope old stuff sana Sarkodie etrim ono say ye e ma ne boy ma we nyina buy ego plug agency bi a Sarkodie ne omo na ye adwuma the ego plug na obede etrima idea na eba ne kwana ka obede kwana oni hu idea bi aba omoye until later on make che obede say na ya plan ade bi a e wo say your rapper na eba no e bi din kai exhibition ba e bi din kai show award na no ma waje ba no na rapperholic exhibition ba no eno no enye Sarkodie exhibition you two things a rapperholic exhibition ba nye Sarkodie exhibition e be den e be ba later on until we a rapperholic exhibition na Sarkodie continue e one or two things bi a happen na mo yinti how obede energy store ye ba ne ye be continue e dey mamo
Have the opportunity to speak to you in December about that incredible exhibition.
Yes, I saw you came through.
I haven't seen anything like that before, you know, and I think we deserve something like that in this country.
Exactly.
You know, first of all, how did you keep that much memorabilia, information, everything? It feels like you can walk into Sarkodie's room.
True.
By going in there. Everything was there. The studio, the old microphone, the jackets. I wanted to run with some Timberlands. You know what I mean? Everybody was around, so I couldn't do that. How did you keep that much memorabilia?
I think I live in, I don't know if it's a good thing, but I like to live in the past sometimes. I like past memories. I'm stuck, even with music, I always go back to like old music. I love my old t-shirts, my old jeans. I hold on to those old memories. I like to go back and watch my kids' old videos. So I like old stuff, you know. There's some videos that, if not for me, my wife wouldn't know that I took videos of, you know, my kid when he and she came out the first time, you know. So I like holding on to old stuff. And it just happens to be that. So it wasn't that I knew I was going to do exhibition, but me as a person, I just like to hold on to it. So every time I do Rapperholic, big shouts to Trendy Real. You know, she comes up with some incredible attires, and I get attached to it, and I just keep it in the closet. So that's why it's been there for this long.
Then the exhibition in itself.
Yes.
Whose idea was that? That looked like a lot of work.
Yes.
I know you're a very busy man, so nobody would have sat you down to say.
No.
But whose idea was that, and what was the process like putting that together?
Big shouts to Eagle Plug. That's the agency that I worked with. They actually work with me most times and get most of my stuff going. Like what is happening now, they are part of it. They made this happen. So they look at me and look at what they think would be good for me at a certain point. And then they came up with the whole exhibition idea and told me, Sarkodie, this is going to look good. It's Rapperholic. It's not, funny enough, people don't know, it's not Sarkodie's exhibition, it's the Rapperholic.
Rapperholic.
So even mine,
you haven't even touched yours yet.
No, this is just the Rapperholic exhibition, the 10-year anniversary that they came up with. I said, yeah, it would have been a good activation towards the main show. So big shouts to Eagle Plug. They came up with it. They tried to let me stay away from it because they know me. I'm also a very hands-on person, you know, and I would say, I don't like this, I don't want this, but I like the shock factor. I didn't know that it spoke to my wife, they spoke to my sister, my mom, my dad. It was beautiful. But big shouts to them. They worked back to back. Apparently they were sleeping in the venue, you know, overnight and trying to get things right. Yeah. So big shouts to them.
Sure, into I say and I Sakuba and I say Obedi Hoover and I read story no. But during them come on and I say come on a question one a year I just pay HP in one question we say na bra Obedi Airba Abont and I say Obedi Air coming up no. Na a young tour and any dream job and I say live now Obedi a no say na and yet na young tour na like any dream job but not on how I paint you drawing in that line into even po a senior high school or yeah visual arts na anyum to no de ebemu later on cramp na onne ne maame kra ko back and forth say obayanyum and ne maame ka say okay die ben na obetimi aya akere na bo say yeah anyum to any talent na obede ne maame ekwo challenge say 1 year mentimi ambula mɛyɛ deɛ wo mommy opɛ na Sarkodie ɛyɛ ɛwɛke hard ɛna baga ɛna ɛyɛ den ebe blow no na ne mommy ka sɛ okay we na opɛ deɛ ne fa nti didi mu a na Sarkodie nso ekohu ne manager na sɛ ne business manager ɛyɛ Kojo Spio ba sana Kojo Spio nso energy act or act ne da na line no na Sarkodie ka so okay ono kwa na ɔyɛ act ba nyu to na yɛ den be boom nti na yɛ betumi ayɛ den ayɛ adwuma together nti through that no ɛna ɔmo blend na bɛyɛ den ɛbɛyɛ kama nti mo nti how a Sarkodie narrative story no yɛ ba na yɛ bɛ continue ɛde ama mo.
Let's talk about art.
Yes.
Where does that love come from, and what was your first kind of contact with art, differently to music?
So, my first talent that I discovered was just drawing and painting and sketching. So, I'm a visual artist. That's what I did in school. I did graphic designing as well. So, that has always been me. I love art. So, any form of art that allows me to express myself, I love it. Music just happened to be one of it, and then I fell in love with it more. Then I chose it as a profession. But I've always been drawing. I could sketch you easily.
That's why.
I need to get my pen back though. Now I think
You're using the pen for something else.
Exactly. I might suck at this point, but yes, that was me way back when I was in school. I used to draw. I not too much of painting, because that takes a bit more. Yes, you have to be. I need to sketch. I don't want to take my time too much. So yeah, that's where my first love was, and then it grew into music. And then anything else is just, if I meet artistic people, like when I met Jay, who is very artistic, he's an artist. He tried to run away from it, but he's an artist. It just happens that he knows the business as well. And then we met, and it was like the best blend, you know, because he sees things that I would love to do, but he sees it. You know, sometimes when I'm explaining stuff, it's hard, but he gets it. You know, like when we did the Black Love, which I know you love, you know, he came up with that. He came up with a lot of these activations. He also came up with the idea. So it's just finding the right person and then sticking to that, and anybody that can elevate you to the next level, because it gets boring when you do it.
Facts.
The last time we did this was just a different setting.
Yep.
This is way intimate, and I love it.
Absolutely. Now,
Sure, in TSC and over the NRT story. No. But fast forward, I don't pay to the question. The main question say, how Ben and I say idea Ben when I say about drop pay the championship mixtape. Now Sarkodie etrima sack nation for hand say on drop PB and more. Now sack nation they bought Sarkodie a hip hop and they bought sack nation a hip hop. Now Sarkodie brass I say it's been like a while, and I Sarkodie drop pay a hip hop project at the Mass Sack Nation. And okay, about 4 or 3 years ago, that means a No Pressure album, a hip hop. And before No Pressure album, Sarkodie drop pay a Alpha EP. And before Alpha EP, or by the drop pay highest, it's not Sack Nation for, and Sack Nation airplane, the BBA, a bit ginger. Na Oshima, a Sarkodie continue, I say, currently, mood no woman, a rap season. Now all the Afrobeat emana a better thing should be deliver at the amount currently or the mood no woman a rap mood or the rap emana they are waiting to deliver at the amount. Now Sarkodie continue eka say or he say a for tunding for a bit, then for tunding eman 2 bit a hot pan into sabit no any danger Sarkodie into sabit in the balcon and a brag now or the dropping a so a like trauma continent and say African hip hop continent national. Now about the continue can say bra for today any beat in the man or hit emoji and emoji should the hard beat a man or hit ultra nova and so ultra nova should the 2 beat at the amount into 6 tracks no I 4 I say 3 producers and was album so now we see how about the NRT story your banner be continue at the moment but I forget to say video for video if we I just podcast the YouTube channel and if for video free I'm going to tell you about the kind your banner be continue at the moment.
and then I got the call. They said Sark is in the all black mode. It's bars time.
I know, right?
What happened? Was this a bunch of recordings that you've done over a while, or you just went into the studio and it was just rap?
Yes, these songs are all new, which is current, and it's a lot. But I just wanted to put the mixtape out, just 6 songs, and then later on I have songs that I'm going to release. But I think my whole career has had a pattern, though I try not to, but I realized that I had a pattern. So normally I'll have like 2 projects that will be very commercial, then I miss rap. Then I'll rap, then I'm tired of it. Because as much as I'm like a rapper, I love music in general. So I get bored with sound, and then I'll go and refresh my mind. So coming right from jams, there is no way, even if you gave me the best Afro beat at this point, I will not be able to be inspired. So I need
done that consistently.
Exactly. I need to miss it, and that is why I jumped into this era. But this is Sack Nation, though. Yes.
Because on Twitter, Sack Nation.
We went to do jams and Black Love because we wanted to go on tour. But now we can chill at home and just give the fans what they want, and that's what this mixtape is about. And I can't wait for these guys to listen to it. It's incredible.
Talk to me about this mixtape in itself. Were there specific songs that you were telling different stories on? Was there a theme throughout? Or was it, talk to me about the creation process, what it's about.
So if you're a true Sack Nation, when you think Sarkodie, there are certain beats that it comes to mind. A song like Original, which is like my old song, but one of the songs that I normally come on stage with. Yes, dun, 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 exactly. And that mood is what Sack Nation wants. And the only person who could give me that sound is Fortune Dane, who's like an incredible producer. So he started off this project because he gave me like 2 beats, and that started off the whole energy. And then I got some beats from MOG and then Nova. So these only 3 producers on this. And the theme, I think the first 2, of course, establishing the fact that Sarkodie is Sarkodie when it comes to rap. Then we delve into some, there's a song that I really like called Trauma for Men. What men go through as men growing up, and then seeing what we have to go through, and then just keep it in silence as men. Sometimes not even doing therapy and just trying to deal with it, and what we have to carry on our shoulder. So we have different moods in it, but bottom line is it's really just based on rap.
What do you want this mixtape to do?
Just to remind people who Sarkodie.
Oh my God! If we need any reminders.
Yes, you need to. Sometimes when I do songs with Lil J, Promise, I get carried away. You have to like calm it down. You can't be rapping on a song like Labadi. You need to keep it cool. But then you see people thinking, oh, Sarkodie is just, no, guys, this is where I started from. I can always go back to it. So Championship is just remind Sack Nation I haven't left this. I know this is what you guys love.
Still top of the food chain.
Because yes, I'm somebody that I know what my fans want. As much as I make my own decision as an artist, and they trust it, but I know that they really want me to rap. No matter how big my song will get, it's not a Sack Nation song. Sack Nation wants songs that they feel like they're connected to it, and that's what the project is about. Yeah.
Sure. Inti say and about the NRT, Ochiruma or say or drop a 2 project, but the Championship Mixtape, but we don't know the other projects in our Sarkodie Ereba Abontina. We don't know. But obey continue cast Emma advisory about independence, and I also pay a person the question say, we independent artist. Now how about to me financially way able to coin we plane tickets edema with team or manager or DJ or more car home and dollar na Sarkodie can say oh no brow ya can say brow or ba abontino like wanya adwuma na say wanya adwuma da I will be into aneka na enyum to na no per say oye entino Sarkodie can say or no to or no mic or wusu ado on per be like obe join record label bibia na say bibia mo obi be share show da bi on pe da we no by determination and hard work and amana be drew be and e wadru no entino ojinuhudi say when the right people around him obetimi achieve the ono no airpen no by record label all advantage and disadvantage. It was advantage say ebia wo tu kwan and ashe ko ba bia o ha ho record label no be financial bibia e dey amount by independent artist no on one be to bibia plenty kit bibia no artist no and be by Sarkodie my advice say oh yeah upcoming artist na say opese o join a record label a cool e say oh ha ho enye bibia record label no na be den e be bibia amount na mo yenti advisor Sarkodie edema upcoming artist any advisor on what Sarkodie offer ya currently aboa no mo yenti how obedi NRT story ye ba na be continue edema.
You mentioned finally you mentioned being independent.
Yes.
You've been independent for quite some time.
Yes.
That must be a tough route to take.
Very.
Why still remaining independent? and what are the benefits to it for you?
Why? I wouldn't have a good breakdown to that because I think it's relative. People should not get it wrong. I'm not against having a label, yes, because you have to watch yourself as a person and what you can deal with. It's like any relationship. If I have guys around me that I keep telling them you shouldn't get married. Not because like they're out there doing anything, they just cannot stand that type of situation. Same with labels. If you're an artist that just want to create and be in the studio, anything else you don't want to deal with, and you don't mind owing somebody, I think that's the perfect scenario for you. As Michael Sarkodie, knowing myself, it's not just with label, any other thing. I never worked in my whole life.
Wow.
I just believed in music that I was going to do something that I would have to be in control of what I'm doing. So that is how I am as a person, not because labels are bad and this and that. And also we have the disadvantages of it as well. And the disadvantage of being independent, not disadvantage, but it's very hard. We had to like sit down, plan all these things. You're coming on your flight, you pay by yourself, the whole team you pay, wherever you're staying, you pay, all this you have to pay. And then, but the good thing is when something is coming in, when it comes in, it's really heavy. So there's good and bad. But I just feel like I wouldn't have been able to be doing this long if I didn't have that freedom. Absolutely. And that's just what I believe in as Sarkodie. But I'm not against it. If that's the route that's going to help you, I think you should do it.
Fine. Now, last question. I also pay Edipu to Sarkodie say, obede. Last year, okay, say drop pay Lamborghini. Now, how about a Lamborghini? Like ya train and mother, I the Lamborghini no. Like a Castian and I say live na Sarkodie cash order the Lamborghini the en Castian by what do you come can bit me a drop in Chibi and I say could bit me a drop last year by now Lamborghini no or pay 2 cars you about or pay 2 cars na Sarkodie say when Chibi a car never drop it but on person will be disclosive Lamborghini air back and other car be a car by Sarkodie never say be like be disclosive or nyankophobia or to ade a say obiara den ehuni bi no Sarkodie a low key guy or a low key nti mo enti how Sarkodie na reti a story no ye ba na be continue e dem by fast forward den a Lamborghini no e be drop yare nti mo enti how obede na reti a story no ye ba na be continue e dem am.
Finally, Copter Lamborghini is dropping in August.
Yes.
When is this Lamborghini dropping?
We changed it actually. We changed the Lambo. Yes, the Lambo idea. Funny enough, when I said it, I had already spoken to a guy in Canada.
You'd already put the money down.
Sent me the Lambo on WhatsApp. Spoke to my guy, but then we were working on something else. My guy told me the timing wasn't right, and now we had to like switch it up. But it's 2 cars that I want, Lambo and 1 more, but I wouldn't speak about that. But that's definitely something I'm working on. But we just switched it. It was very quick.
Roads in Africa would allow us to drive these things?
I know. But you just park it and just have good lighting on it. Just see it, and once in a while, there are places that if you told me to come, I don't want to put any area on blast, but there are certain places when you call me, I wouldn't pull up in a Lambo. When I'm going to the airport area, I could do a Lambo.
You do that with government area.
I'm sure in the same and I interview na a call. But much like full interview no, I also pay a podcast. Full interview no air but really a breakdown at the bremo during interview no a breakdown at the bremo. But I'm forget to say we video we are like turn on notification bell no at the mind. By your tone if you be I know being if you know a 6 bedroom kitchen bibia 2 kitchen room ya 2 nyina house if you need to contain 4 cars e wo fie ni 4 cars bibia air complete if you know I know being new site na ebetimi afre 055174039 055174039 no ni firu aneden edi komo bia betimi firu aneden edi komo no achocho left and right if you know ebo no 1.3 million Ghana cedis old price in 13 billion old price in 13 billion it's betimi firu aneden edi komo don't forget to share be like no turn on notification bell no Friday, the championship mixtape on every one thing. We are out. Peace.